there is a looming cabinet reshuffle in the Ruto government as we speak, and that will form the basis of discussion on this channel today. And on that note, I want to welcome you to the Hopkins Experience, a channel that gives you unbiased political analysis and honest personal opinions. If this is the kind of content you love, it will be important for you to subscribe to the channel and like this video after you watch it up to the end. If you've studied Ruto for quite some time and his way of governing the country, you'll know that he's a president who panics a lot, and the panic push him to a situation where he has to react very fast. We are all aware of the changing political realignment and political landscape of Kenya, keeping to the fact that one of the key political figures in the country died. Raila Amolo Odinga has been dead for 2 weeks, and he was buried in his home in Bondo. And the whole situation brought about a shift in political realignment, which forces Ruto to realign his government and realign his cabinet so that it can reflect the current or the needs of the current politics. Because we know the president plays politics with his cabinet. Is the people who are mostly appointed to serve in cabinet are not there just to serve. They are there for political ambitions, political purposes. So when Raila died, it meant that the president has to go back to the drawing board and create a cabinet that would reflect and be alive to the fact that there are new needs in politics. Of course, if you look keenly, we have to see how the appointments are usually done, because these are usually strategic moves which are aimed at rewarding loyalty. They pacify restless region. There are regions that become restless, and the president comes in to calm the regions down by a cabinet reshuffle. So when this cabinet reshuffle happens, there are people who are going to be casualties, and there are people, of course, those who are going to leave the casualties, and there are those who are going to gain from it, who in the midst of all this chaos, they stand to get chances and positions in government. So nobody in these political circles, there's nobody who would turn down that position. Yeah. So, and also with the shaky broad-based arrangement, the death of Raila meant that Ruto is being left without an anchor. His political survival and his political move, the greatest one, was to bring Raila into his government, or persuade him to at least help him stabilize the country following the protests that happened in 2024. And on that note, his death means there are new needs for him, new needs for the government, new needs for the country. And my bet is that there are some key figures who are coming to this cabinet. Of those, I think, and those are the ones we are going to look at, those who will be coming in and those who will be leaving. If we go to the list of cabinets and if we look at who is going to leave this cabinet, who is going to be dropped by the president, of course, we know there are very few sacred cows or sacred individuals who cannot be taken out. If we start from the prime cabinet secretary, who is the Musalia Mudavadi, he will not be dropped. Yeah. Then there is the Interior and Administration and National Administration Cabinet Secretary, Kipchumba Murkomen. He will not be dropped. That is my prediction. Then the Defense Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya will not be dropped because these are allies to the president. The Health as Cabinet Secretary Dan Duale will not be dropped, as I that are also my opinion. Education Cabinet Secretary Julius Migos Ogamba. Over the past few weeks or few months, he has been dealing with the lecturer strike, which has taken quite some time. And as of yesterday, the CS had tried to get to break that stalemate between the striking lecturers and the government. And for that performance only, I believe Migos will still remain. On transport, CS for transport and roads, CS David Chirchir, there's also a likelihood that he will stay because he's a friend to the president. And then there is Alice Wahome. Is this the first person I'm doubting that the president will want to axe her out? She has been a friend with the president, but she has been making some mistakes in her utterances, in her actions. There might be good utterances to the people or where she is, and also she has said that she will be running for governor for Moranga, meaning she knows something. So Alice Wahome can be dropped from this docket. And then the environment, climate change and forest CS Dr. Deborah Mulongo Barasa. She might stay because if we look at the previous reshuffles and people who have been dropped or where she has only been moved to a different ministry, but she has not been dropped. So meaning there's a way she can survive, and I believe she's surviving because of the arrangement, Kenya Kwanza arrangement between Ruto, Wetangula and Mudavadi. The mining, blue economy and the maritime affairs, CS Joho, will remain simply because he has not stayed in government for quite some time. However, there have been scandals in government involving drugs and something, and we know in the involvement of Hassan Joe in all this. We know there has been some questions. So if there is a direct relation between Hassan Joe and and what has been happening in terms of drugs, trafficking and stuff, if he's part of it, of which there have just been rumors that he's part of it, and if he's part of it, then there's a likelihood, maybe pressure from outside, pressure for external pressure from other countries, maybe US, UK, might actually lead to him being dropped, but it would be out of pressure from external forces, but not the president's will. Yeah. Then agriculture and livestock development, CS Mutai Kagwe. I think he will survive this one because he has brought some stability in agricultural sector in the country. Then there is the labor and social protection CS Alfred Mutua. I have a feeling that this will be one who will be axed, will be taken out of the equation, because Alfred Mutua was brought in government because of the Kamba vote. But if you have seen the movement of the president lately, he's trying to get new Kamba leaders or Kamba point appointment, who will replace him? And also, if you look at the reshuffles that have been happening, the previous reshuffle, I think we have had 2 or 3 reshuffles before the one that is coming. He has been demoted. If he was a CS for foreign affairs, now he has been taken to labor and social protection. He has been demoted, and then also, if you look at how he has handled the docket, his Kazimaju program has really had a lot of negative backlash from people, a lot of scamming, a lot of what. So he has not really managed that docket really well. So he might be on the chopping board. Then, if you look at the tourism and wildlife CS, Rebecca Miano, she might survive because I think she has been doing what the president wants, increasing park entry fees, renovating the forest, but making things. I think if you look at what she has done, especially in Karura, of course, that's where she is, in Karura, in the wildlife, in the integration of park fees into each citizen. I think that's what the president wants. So there's a way Rebecca Miano might survive. Then there is water sanitation and irrigation CS Eric Muridi Muga. That one will survive because of he has been actually trying in his and is as a very silent person and young. So, and he just came in recently, so he might not be axed from the cabinet. Then there is energy and petroleum CS James Opio Ndai. That one will survive simply because he came. There's a broad-based government, and it just came 1 year ago. Then youth affairs, creative economy, and sports CS Salim Vuria. Vuria will stay simply because he's the friend to the president. Cooperative and SME development CS Weekly for Paranya will also stay simply because he's the friend of the president and he came in under the broad-based government. And then there is the East African Community Asal and Regional Development CS Beatrice Akul Mo. That one, if she gets dropped, it will not be a surprise because her work, because of her role in this cabinet is not really visible. So it's easy to drop a person like that. Then there is gender, culture, arts, and heritage CS Hannah Wendot Cheptumo. I think she's the one who the most recent one to be included in the cabinet. So I believe she's going to survive. Then the public service, human capital and development CS, who is Godfrey Kiringaruku, will also remain because of the Mbere side. The president wants some votes there, so having Ruku in cabinet for the president is a good thing. Then investment, trade and industry CS Lee Kinyanjui. I believe Lee Kinyanjui can be axed because one, he's very silent, and there's a space has to be made. When that space has to be made, one of these inconsequential dockets can easily be removed, so that people who are holding them, like Lee, can easily be taken out to bring in somebody else. So Lee Kinyanjui, I'm also putting him on the list of those people who are leaving, even though he came just a few months ago, and he came in when we came in after negotiation with Uhuru Kenyatta. I think he's one of the, I think, I've never said I think, he's one of the few individuals who were proposed to President Ruto by Uhuru Kenyatta. And with the fallout between Uhuru Kenyatta and Ruto, Lee Kinyanjui might go. Then there is the Information, Communication and Digital Economy CS, William Kabogo. William Kabogo, I also believe he's going, because the president he was brought in to bring that Mount Kenya outlook, to show the people of Mount Kenya that the president is still thinks about them. But for now, I think the president has realized that things are not as he thought. So there's a good chance that William Kabogo will leave. Then the last one, the National Treasury and Economic Planning, John Badi. That one is loves the president loves him. He's not going anywhere. So we have gone through all the list, and we've actually pointed out on who is going to leave and who is going to stay. So on your, I'd like for you to go, if you've watched up this time, you can go to the comment section and tell me, who do you think will go? Who do you think will stay in this government? Now, let's look at who are likely to come into this arrangement. Now, we know the president is trying to consolidate the ODM crowd, the ODM fraternity, because there's a vacuum there that has been left by Raila Amolo Odinga. And if he wants to get liked, if he wants to get the support of the community, he has to impress them. So one of the people who might be coming in, they'll be coming from the Nyanza side, and also maybe the Odinga family. And on that list, there is the Raila Amolo Odinga Jr., who might come in to try to convince and sway the Nyanza votes. Also, there is Winnie Odinga. Of course, she has been very vocal and seen most of the time. Of all this, of all the Odinga children, let me say that, or sons and daughters, Winnie has been given that stature to be someone who can take the agenda of his father. So to please the community, the Nyanza community and the ODM fraternity, I think one of them, Ruto might think of bringing one of them to cabinet. At the same time, there is the president friend from Baringo, Gideon Moi. During as the Baringo seat is being contested, there was a negotiation that was made in the State House, so that Gideon not to run and leave the seat to somebody, that the UDA candidate in Baringo. So there have to be a negotiation on the position he gets, rather than going for the Senate seat. So that means Gideon is likely to come in. Also, we've seen President dangling the carrot to Western Kenya, and especially the Malava seat. We've seen the how do you call him, the son to the late Malulu Injendi. He lost the nominations, and the president has been promising him some appointments, so he might be appointed into the cabinet. Maybe not the CS, but some of the PSS. And you should know that these reshuffles are not only going to affect the CS position. They are also going to have PSS moving around And for all I can see, there are those three: Raila Junior, Winnie Odinga, uh, Gideon Moi, and Malulu Njendi's son. The four of them, they might be coming into this government. And if you have any suggestion, or anyone you think might be coming in, I would love to get your views. Who do you think is coming in? So of course it's going to happen. It's going to happen. So let's see what will happen, and I'll be keeping a close eye on that to see uh, what changes are going to be made. But I'm certain that change is coming in cabinet. Whether it will serve the purpose, no. Of course, it's mostly political. I think we've come to the end of the video here. If you've enjoyed it, please share the video to your friends, to anyone who you think would be interested. Thank you so much.